Welcome to Video Vault number 6 and this incredibly cliche setup I have here as my background. I know, you know, I haven't done Video Vault in 6 months, but I mean, who really cares? I mean, how many views do these things really get? I'm just kind of doing this for fun. Usually I trash films on Video Vault, and every other Video Vault in the future will remain that way, but for once I'm going to be more or less positive. I'm going to show off some of my Universal Monster videos, VHS, DVD. No, I don't have any on Blu-ray, but regardless, here they are. Now, these are some old ones from the 80s. Creature from the Black Lagoon. I just came across these at an old record store a couple years back. I just thought they really looked cool. I came across, you know, Invisible Man, that kind of stuff, and I don't even know how many copies of this bloody movie I own. It's just incredible. Those were back in the 80s. In the early 90s, the Universal started to release the classic collection, really cheesy commercials. You know, you had stuff like Frankenstein, of course, and actually, I don't even think this is the full movie. I think they cut out a scene or two, I believe. I haven't watched the VHS in a long time, but... And then there's one of my favorites, Bride of Frankenstein, just a tremendous horror fantasy flick. I can't get over that. I'll never get tired of that movie, that's for sure. And they released the standard movies at first in that classic collection. Then they started to release different ones, like Tower of London. That's not really well known, but it's actually quite good. I was at the Tower of London recently. It was really fucking awesome, I might add. But this is one you should really check out because it's really underrated. It's never really talked about very much. But then they started getting desperate and wanted to continue to cash off these films, so they started releasing the lower echelon of their 30s and 40s films. You know, stuff like Captive Wild Woman. I mean, at this point, it's just fucking silly. I mean, like, what a title, you know? House of Dracula. This was a really disappointing conclusion to the whole Universal monster spectrum. They got Wolfman the Monster and Dracula in one film. Yeah, John Carradine is Dracula. Really something else. I know. House of Horrors. Now, this one features some really bad acting. When I say bad acting, I mean bad acting. Like, this movie is just fucking crap. Yeah, one day maybe I'll talk about this more on Video Vault. I know I don't really do long reviews, but whatever. House of Horrors, I can live without that one. They released another couple of these. You know, Revenge of the Creature. This one's not bad, but, you know, it's no Creature from the Black Lagoon. We already covered this one, as I'm sure you well know. Man-Made Monster. This is pretty atmospheric, but again, it's pretty lousy. Those are the VHS more or less. I even have a couple of Abbott and Costello ones. You gotta love the covers. Well, one VHS, one DVD. Abbott and Costello, Universal, whatever. They're silly. I don't care for them that much. Then in the late 90s, they started re-releasing them, but on DVD for the first time. Stuff like The Mummy. I mean, this is just... I don't even need to tell you about The Mummy. Who am I to start telling you about The Mummy? I mean, it's a classic film. They remade it. I mean, come on. Invisible Man. There's another copy of I own. Fabulous movie. Seek it out if you haven't seen it. There's this one. Oh, I don't know why I have that in there. Sorry about that. Phantom of the Opera. Now, this isn't the Lon Chaney one. This is the Claude Rains version. It's in color. It's from 1942, 1943, something like that. Check it out. It's more of a musical, but, you know, for one view. And there's a couple they released on double features. Son of Dracula, Dracula's Daughter. I actually like Dracula's Daughter a lot more. And it's one of the first films to really hint at lesbian vampires. And for that, it's interesting. Somewhat. You know, not that great, but it's alright. And most people recognize the legacy sets. You know, 2004 circa, Wolfman, Mummy, Invisible Man again. You know, these can be bought at pretty much every store that sells DVDs. Frankenstein, Creature from the Black Lagoon. And they started really re-releasing them just on their own Universal Legacy series. The menu on this Dracula copy, I have to add, is just phenomenal. On the special features anyway, it's the definition of atmosphere. And finally, these are a couple things most people probably don't pay attention to. Bela Lugosi collection offers a lot of those Poe-inspired movies, although they have little to do with Poe in the early 30s. definitely something that you're going to want to get if you're into Universal monster films. Boris Karloff collection again. And you know, I mean, I know there's like 8 million DVDs entitled Boris Karloff collection, but this is the good one. Go with this one. I mean, other than Night Key, they're all pretty watchable. Tower of London's on here also, by the way. And finally, we have the Universal Horror Archive, which I came across by chance on eBay, I think, and it's a pretty mediocre set, but again, they're all Universal, and just for that, I say it's worth owning for like the, what, 20 bucks that it costs. So that's my Universal Horror collection. I just thought I'd share it with you. I know a lot of other people are doing that right now, so hope you enjoyed it.